Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer. The feature race at Oaklawn Park on Saturday. Three-year-old filly sprinters going 3/4 of a mile. Race number 9 is the Dixie Belle Stakes. Let's take a look at this field. It's 150 grander. And our morning line favorite, the number 5, Gallia Princess, is going to scratch because she's cross-entered in New York in the Ruthless. Brad Cox feels at this point a slightly longer distance will work for Gallia Princess, which means this race is kind of wide open, Mike. Tanya Showers, the 7, was a good-looking maiden winner on New Year's Eve and backed that race up with a stakes place in last month.
We'll see, who winds up going favored now, Dan, I guess, with Gallia Princess out. I think the 3 Sharp Tune should now be the favorite in this race. She's fast. I think she's going to make the lead again in this race. And we'll just see if she can run a little bit better here after getting tired in her most recent start.
She is very fast, and that's a good point. And 5-1 on the morning line seems very fair for Sharp Tune as we throw up the Timeform US pace projector. And there she is, expected to be on the lead after the opening quarter mile. Extreme Diva, the lone 3-time winner in the field, will be close. Happy and Smiling will also be close. Even Pinot's Little Girl, the number 1, has shown a little bit of speed, but boy, if the 3 breaks, she's on the front.
Yeah, it just seems like she's faster than these horses. Listen, she's probably going to have to improve, I guess, Dan, to win this race, at least based on the figures that the 8 Extreme Diva has been running. I still think it's a pretty good spot for Sharp Tune.
Tanya Showers, the 7. Note the LP flag over her chiclet. That indicates she has the fastest Timeform US late pace rating. She's hoping this pace is hot. Let's start things off with Pinot Lil's Girl, the number 1. This horse has been racing on the synthetic surface at Turfway in her last 2 races with sort of mixed results, mid-moving both times, tiring both times. Her lone win came on turf at Kentucky Downs, so she has a lot to prove from a surface standpoint. I guess she ran okay in her first 2 starts at Ellis Park on dirt. She's going to have to do a lot better.
Yeah, just going to have to take a step forward here somehow. I'll be honest, I'm not going to sit here and suggest I love her in here. I've seen way worse long shots than this in races. I'm not convinced that she's really a synthetic horse, so I don't care about those. Her only dirt start recently anyway was the Fern Creek 3-bet. She had no chance in that race. That was a really good field. Her first 2 dirt starts were fine. I'd be far from shocked if she took a step forward in this race.
And the number 2 is Extreme Smoke Show, and she won her first 2 starts for trainer Mac Robertson. They ran her in the Myrtlewood, a stakes race at Keeneland. That didn't work out. And then off the layoff last time out in the Mockingbird, she was kind of on a hard chase that day before tiring. I think this time around they're going to try to opt to take her back, let some other horses do the dirty work chasing Sharp Tune, and then we'll just find out if she's good enough.
Exactly. And we'll see how they decide to play it here. I mean, it really did seem like I understand why they changed tactics a little bit last time. But man, they picked maybe the wrong race to do it because that was a really fast pace. And she just wound up chasing it and really only got tired in the late stages of that race. That I did not think that was a poor performance. I could see her running much better in this race.
Sharp Tune is the number 3, another filly that won her first 2 starts and probably just went way too fast in the early stages of her last 2 outings, including last time out in the Mockingbird, her first start of the year, where she just blasted out to the lead, went way too fast, and then tired late to finish 3rd. It looks like Asmussen's trying to build up stamina with some of these slow workouts, a nice, easy 38 and change 3/8 breeze.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess the good news for her too, Dan, is when she won second time out, she did it raiding in that race, sitting behind horses, and then coming with a really good finish to win. So she can do that. Maybe this isn't the race to do it anyway. Maybe they should just use her speed again. They just have to try to find some middle ground. She went way too fast early last time and paid the price.
The 4 Happy and Smiling improved with Lasix last time out. Now, of course, the Lasix comes off for this race. She also dropped into a restricted maiden special weight, and she also caught a wet track. That being said, this race visually much better than the first 2 starts we saw, although the Buyer's speed figure is comparable.
It still comes back slow. Maybe she just really appreciated the wet track here, Dan. I don't really know what to do with her. I wouldn't bet her off of either of the first 2 starts, and I wouldn't bet her off of this one either.
Up next is the number 5. That's Gallia Princess. We're expecting her to scratch and run in New York on Saturday. So let's move to a horse that I feel might have the most long-term potential of any in this field, and that's the number 6, Blue Squall, a $300,000 2-year-old in training purchased by Taprit, never off the board from 4 lifetime starts, coming off a maiden win over a sloppy track. Again, she got Lasix in this race, and the Lasix will be off, but her running style might play well in this spot because she sat off the pace, and she's able to grind down this horse on the lead. And I don't really think this horse on the lead stopping too badly.
Yeah, I don't either. I think she just comes and gets this horse. So this is a pretty nice win, you know. And listen, it took her a little while to finally break through here, but it's not like she ran poorly in her first 3 starts. This is a pretty good performance. Then she's still not fast enough to win this race, I don't think, but I wouldn't be surprised if she took another step forward here.
The 7, Tanya Showers, appears to have found a home at Oaklawn. I like the way she won 2 starts back, making a 4-wide bid and continuing on. And then in this race, the Mockingbird last time out, we're going to turn into the stretch. And on the lead, there's Sharp Tune. But Sharp Tune just went way too fast. 21 and change, 45 and change. Tanya Showers is going to make a run. She's just going to fall a little bit short. But with her lack of early speed, she needs help the other way.
Yeah, this race is coming back for her. And maybe, listen, maybe she's just a little unlucky here that the winner winds up getting through on the rail and it makes the difference, Dan. But I still feel like even if she had won, she would have been taking advantage a little bit. Like you, I actually liked her maiden win quite a bit more 2 starts back. We'll see if this race sets up as well for her.
And I guess the number 8, Extreme Diva, is going to be one of the more polarizing horses on the tote board. She is the only 3-time winner in the field, but 2 of those races came against fellow Minnesota breds, and the last one came at a big price in a first-level allowance with Lasix at Oaklawn, a race where she basically tracked the leader from the outside. There's not a lot of closing going on, but she does get the job done in professional manner, and it came back fast. I'm not sure 3-1 is the way to go, but she is a contender based on her buyers.
Yeah, I mean, I guess she's a double fig in the race, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. And maybe that's, all you need to see. I'll be honest, I'm not taking with this horse. I don't really like any of her races. She ran fine winning this one, and it did get a quality figure. I hated her race 2 starts back, but that was over a wet track. So maybe you want to give her the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. I kind of hope she's favored in here. I do not like her.
Breaking from the outside, maybe she'll show some tactical speed. Expect the 3 to get out there, and she's going to likely be sitting 3 wide or so heading into the turn from just off the pace. Let's take a look at our top picks. Mike, you're going with Sharp Tune. Speed, I think she's going to slow down a little bit more this time with some more experience under her girth. And listen, she was favored against basically a similar group last time out. If you get 5-1 on her, you're supposed to unload, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess with the scratch, there's no chance. I still think she should be favored in here, and she might not be, Dan. I'm going to take her on top. The other horse for me is Extreme Smoke Show. She's going to be a fair price, and I think she deserves another chance off that last one.
Extreme Diva likes to win races, and she's won in fast time. I just think 3-1 is a little bit too light for me. I wonder if she drifts a little bit. Tanya Showers is going to be running on at the end. She's going to need a little bit of pace. 8-7 are my top 2 picks, but I need them to drift off of their morning line for me to get involved. 3-2-8-7 for Mike, 8-7-3-2 for me. It is the Dixie Belle at Oaklawn on Saturday. Good luck.